Well, that's it, guys. Harry Potter is canceled. It's over. Harry Potter's done. It's finally been canceled. No, we're going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. This is Kneon, this is Clownfish TV. And we got a little bit of gaming news here. Despite its massive, massive success, the planned DLC for Harry Potter, the Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy, is not moving forward because Warner Brothers isn't sure it's worth players' money. And this was one that was being co-developed by Rocksteady. And I don't think that's actually what's going on. I think they were like, yeah, Rocksteady is poison and we're broke, so let's not do it. And that's pretty bad, right? I mean, this is the one bright spot that they've had. I mean, they've been shutting studios down left and right, Warner Brothers, the game side of things. And now they're going to cancel the Harry Potter expansion. And this would have probably been one of the few things they did that was money in the bank. Unless Rocksteady brought Sweet Baby Inc. in to do, to do some consulting, then it probably would have floundered tremendously. But well, I don't know. We'll see. Is anybody going to care? I mean, I don't know. Again, it was a big hit, but that was a couple of years ago, and I don't know. Let's talk about this. Before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, we're going to talk about this, and this is kind of like part of the bigger conversation with Warner Brothers that they are burning down. I mean, Warner Brothers is not doing good at all, especially in the games division. I mean, they shut down Monolith Productions. They shut down Multiverses. They canceled the Wonder Woman game. Suicide Squad was a massive failure for them. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League actually wiped out any gains they had from Hogwarts Legacy. Last year, they were flying high. They were like, Hogwarts Legacy made us like $200 million. Shareholders, fantastic. They're like, oh, that's really cool. And then Suicide Squad came along. It's like, hey, guess what? We lost $200 million. It's like playing the slot machine, right? And they don't know what they're doing when it comes to video games at all. I don't think they have any clue what they're doing. The person they had in charge of games over there doesn't know what they're doing. And, yeah, to have them cancel this, though, I mean, this was, this is one of the few things they had that might actually make them some money. But again, they're no sure thing. They might be better off. They might be better off, honestly, at this point, just outsourcing everything. Will there be any AAA studios left? Will there be any AA studios left? Yeah, will they have anybody left to outsource to? This is coming from Games Radar, and I think they got it from Jason Schreier at Bloomberg. Unannounced Hogwarts Legacy DLC reportedly canceled, partly because the studio wasn't sure it would be worth the money. Yeah, they were supposedly developing it with Rocksteady, and then they're just really gun shy right now. And I don't blame them. I mean, they don't know what the hell they're doing. A new report suggests that an unannounced piece of Hogwarts Legacy DLC has quietly been canceled as part of the ongoing shakeup at Warner Brothers Gaming Division. According to Jason Schreier at Bloomberg, the expansion would have added new storylines to the open world game, and it would have released this year alongside a definitive edition version, the same version the outlet reported on last year as a director's cut. So I don't know what that, now with more diversity and inclusion, it's claimed that Rocksteady Studios is helping. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. The report says the expansion was being co-developed between Avalanche and Suicide Squad and Arkham developer Rocksteady, and it might have restored a storyline tied to one of the original game's companions that was cut during development. Citing people familiar with the report suggests that the DLC was canceled in part due to concerns that the amount of content was not substantial enough to justify the price being considered. We've reached out to Warner Brothers for comments, and we'll update the story if we learn more. Hogwarts Legacy was a wild success for Warner Brothers, a success which particularly stood out among headlines about the failure of Suicide Squad and other WB projects. Recently, the company announced it was canceling Wonder Woman, shutting down Monolith. They also announced the end of player-first games because of Multiverses. With all that in mind, it's a little surprised that the publisher might have wanted to double down on the success of Hogwarts Legacy even now, more than 2 years after the original release. They said, they made public comments about a follow-up to Hogwarts Legacy being a priority, but even as a sequel seems inevitable, looks like any hope of DLC for the original is gone, unless they're just going to do Hogwarts Legacy 2. I don't know. Warner Brothers is, God, they're in such a bad place right now. They said the content was not substantial enough to justify the price tag. They said they're doubling down on the biggest franchises: Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, DC, and Game of Thrones. Well, they had another Harry Potter game. They had that Quidditch game, and that crashed and burned. Mortal Kombat 1 was a huge disappointment, but are they doing another Mortal Kombat? I don't know. I would like to see them go back to just old school Mortal Kombat, but it's probably not going to happen. DC, who the hell knows? Suicide Squad was a disaster. And I personally don't care much about Game of Thrones, so whatever. Hogwarts Legacy sold 34 million copies to become one of the best-selling games ever made, but Warner Brothers has been able to replicate its success elsewhere. Yeah, again, all the profit from Hogwarts Legacy got wiped out by dumb shit. Like, they had a success, right? And like I said, it's like a slot machine. Like, you won $10,000, you hit the jackpot or whatever it is, and then you turn around and gamble like $20,000, and lose it all, and then you're in debt. And that's exactly what happened. We can rage about the system, the stock market, all the bad luck. We'd have a good point. It is our purpose as journalists, punters, and humans to seek out systemic explanations to flush out the patterns when the same things keep going wrong. Systemic issues are real, so are individuals, and this industry will get nowhere without those individuals who make the big calls taking a long, hard look in the mirror. If you said that a year ago, you'd be an alt-right Yahtzee, right? This is coming from ITC. Let's see if they have anything else in here. Yeah, pretty much just, Warner Brothers failed to save their gambling business. Interesting. They had a gambling bit. Wait a second. I was literally just talking about this. Hogwarts Legacy had not saved why Warner Brothers is considering selling its gaming business. She mean gambling or does she mean gaming? I think she means gaming. It's a disaster, guys. I mean, this is on top of, when I have another video coming up talking about the Looney Tunes situation, Warner Brothers does know what they're doing with anything. David Zaslav, I mean, it was notable for him to come in and, try to trim the fat or whatever and get things profitable and get rid of some of these divisions that, didn't perform. But this guy is very much, he just feels like a corporate raider. He's chopping up this company and selling it for parts and shutting down divisions. And I am wondering if that wasn't the plan all along. I'm going to be honest here. And then eventually, we just sell off, our video game IP or whatever IP we have left to whoever will take it. And then we call it a day and we just pack it up. Because they're talking that they're even going to potentially sell Looney Tunes, potentially sell DC Comics. I mean, what do they have? It's like, what do they have? And then just sell the Warner Brothers library to some other company and say, yep, well, we tried. No, I don't think you tried. I think this was always the plan, to cut Warner Brothers up, sell it for scrap. And it's over. I mean, it's pretty much over for them. And it's over for them as a game publisher. I mean, I don't know where they're at with Hogwarts Legacy 2, but it would not surprise me if either that gets canceled or they outsource it to somebody else. It seems like they're not willing to take the risk, right? And they made a lot of bad calls, and I don't think they want to be in the game business anymore. I mean, honestly, Mortal Kombat going to somebody else would be a godsend. I think it would be amazing to have Mortal Kombat go someplace else because it's not a very good place right now. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. There we go. Is the end. The end for Harry Potter. So please, I had to do that. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.